Hi, you both. How has the week been? How has training been? And, what has been kind of the focus this week so far ahead of Saturday?
Hey Desha, nice to meet you. Um, this week was a big learning week for us. A lot of people here are new to the league. Some people are new as a professional. So it was an awesome week because we get to learn a lot on things we can't practice without adversity.
Mm.
So we're very grateful for the result in a way because we know that we're young, we're ready to grow, and this is just an opportunity for us to get better.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
kind of going off that, I think it's also like what we pride ourselves here is like our energy and our work ethic. And so I think like we do film, we learn from it, and then we went out every day with like a positive energy, which I know after kind of the frustrating result, it can be hard, but we all showed up this week with like a new, fresh mindset. And so the energy's been great from everyone.
Awesome.
Jackie.
Hi. For both of you, the league, there has already been 6 red cards handed out in the past 2 weeks across the league. Felipa, after the first game, reminded everyone that soccer is a contact sport and that she, expects that tenacity from her players, and she wants you guys to fight for the ball every time. As defenders, how do you balance that expectation with while still being careful with the ball?
I think this is a good opportunity for me to speak on this because I was on the receiving end. Um, if it was easy, we would have all figured that out. We would have all learned from the first week, but clearly other teams are experiencing what we experienced. So I'm interested to see how the remaining of the season is going to go. But the thing that I've learned is that you need to manage the game better. It's an art. It's not something that you see and is easy to apply, but you need to be aware of if there's a ref that's going to call a lot really early on. I mean, control what you can. So at the end of the day, football is a game. It's not always fair. It's not always going to be perfect. So there's only so much you can control. You just got to do your best to manage it.
You guys have any follow-ups in the room? Daisha or Jackie?
I have a different question.
Yeah, go for it. And then we'll go back to
Um,
Daisha.
okay. For Laurel, could you describe what you felt making your debut this past week?
Yeah. I would lie if I said there weren't nerves involved. I think I mean, dreaming of this moment since I was a little kid. And then every time I've gotten closer, like first game in college, first game in the USL last year, which was my first like professional debut. And then like my goal has always been NWSL. And so I think like all of that, like I really felt it when they were like, oh, let's go start warming up. I was like, okay, I think this is the game I'm gonna go in. And obviously it was at that point, I think it was 2-0. Third goal just went in. So momentum wasn't in our favor, but I was still just trying to take it all in. And it was such a special moment. And again, wish the result went differently. But like we said, this is a great learning experience. And so I think not only learning from that, but also just being so grateful for that moment. And that it came so early because you always want to be ready, but you never know when something like that will happen. And so, yeah, I'm so grateful for those minutes I did get. And yeah, just tried to have a smile on my face regardless.
Daisha?
Yeah, and to add on to that, for the both of you, what are your kind of mindsets this season? Obviously there's been a couple of games to start, but what are your individual goals and how do you kind of want to elevate your games this season?
Well, we have, let's say, a team mindset, which we've always had from the start, which was one day at a time. We
Mhm.
know there's a lot of growth that needs to happen within our team. We were reminded again today that we are babies in the league, not in terms of age, but in terms of how new our team is to be together. So just giving ourselves some grace and focusing on the process. We are all bought into the process, and we need to remind ourselves every single day about that. And personally, individual goals. For me, it's to not focus on outcomes and focus on how I show up every day, the type of leader I want to be, the type of teammate I want to be, how coachable I am. And that's something that is fully within my control. So for me, it's can I win the day with how I show up?
Yeah, kind of going off that. I think as this team, like I believe in this team so much, and I think just in a few months we've come so far, and it's been this beautiful thing to be a part of and to witness. And so I just think like we might be in the growing pains now, but it's such a like the group is just going to work so hard and we're going to work together. And so I'm really excited to see just how we continue to progress week to week and by the end of the season. And then individually, I think honestly, like the mental side of the game is what I'm really excited to and that's a goal. I think that sometimes has held me back. And I think with each, like I kind of said, moving from college to Super League to here, like that confidence is growing. But I really want to target that side of my game. And yeah, just enjoy the process, enjoying this first year in the league.
Awesome. Good luck Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.